as we've been covering for much of the day today, about 11 candidates being interviewed for one role to be one of the new IEC commissioner. A single commissioner will be appointed at the end of the process. That is because Commissioner Glenn Mashinini, who's also chairperson, his term is coming to an end in mid-April. He is among the people who were interviewed by a panel today chaired by the country's Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. Let's talk more about the process. We're joined by former Deputy Chairperson of the Independent Electoral Commission, Terry Tselane. Mr. Tselane, very good evening to you. Always good to have you on Newzroom Afrika. So what are the qualities of an excellent commissioner of the IEC?
The Electoral Act, as well as the Constitution, are very silent on what is actually the requirement. But because the mandate of the Commission is contained within Section 190 of the Constitution, and it says that the role of the Commission is firstly to organize, manage, and deliver the election. Secondly, to ensure that those elections are free and fair. And thirdly, to announce the results thereof within a stipulated period. So it means a person who comes in there must be able to operate with integrity, must be able to carry out responsibilities, knowing that they've got to strategically position the organization to be able to deliver on its mandate.
While these interviews are not for a chairperson of the IEC, the expiry of Glenn Mashinini's term ultimately means that position now becomes vacant. Now, in filling that post, would it be best to look internally rather than appoint one of the new people or the new person who emerges from this process that's underway today?
Well, it depends. And then also when you look at the number of people who have applied there, almost 5 of them have been part of the administration of the Commission. Advocate Lambani was the head of legal of the IEC. Geraldine has been the chief audit officer for the organization. And Justice Becker was the provincial electoral officer in Northern Cape. So most of them really have an experience and have worked within the Commission. But sometimes also it's a great idea to bring new ideas from different people who may not have had an opportunity to work for the IEC, but have an understanding of the environment within which the IEC is operating. So it will depend largely on what the panel that is interviewing is looking for. But I think almost all the people who are being interviewed have got a very rich history and background. They have an understanding of the environment within which they are operating. A person like Dr. Stemile Mbete is bringing a wealth of experience from academia, but also has played some role in the electoral processes. She was part of the committee that was reviewing the electoral system recently, but she has also been in quite a number of platforms where she has made commentary on electoral processes. So, she also still stands a good chance to be appointed as a commissioner.
And do you think it's fair to say at this point that the IEC, perhaps, given the evolving electoral landscape in South Africa, is in fact in need of fresh blood?
Yes, I don't want to be seen to be advocating for one candidate over the other.
Oh, we won't stop you.
But Dr. Mbete obviously brings in a very unique experience, and I think a person like her who's not been part of the organization also does not come with a baggage of whatever the organization has gone through in the past, and might be, it might be an advantage for a person like her.
You bring up the issue of baggage. The Commissioner Glenn Mashinini, whose term is expiring around the 16th of April, is among the candidates interviewed once more for this job. He wants to return. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Well,
there are quite a number of people in the past who were serving as commissioners, and after the expiry of their term, they applied, and they didn't get it. A person like a former deputy chairperson of the IEC, Professor Vilagazi, had made himself available for the second term, but those who were appointed decided that they were not going to be appointed. And also, as you will recall, at the time when our term ended, Commissioner Fingler also stood a chance to be reappointed for the second term, but those who appointed felt that he was not an appropriate person. So the fact that a person has actually been serving in a position as a commissioner does not actually give that person any advantage, because the panel looks at people with different attitude to look at what they're bringing to the commission, what kind of ideas they have. And, so any person really can be appointed amongst those people who've been interviewed.